Hi everyone. Welcome to H&M Technologies online training, video 45, regular expressions. In this video, we're going to discuss about the regular expressions. So just think like this: what if you have a huge text file and need to find a data inside that text file? So like a phone number or an email address or whatever the data inside, we need to find. So at the distributions, the text file is about 100 lines or 150 lines. Can't see each line by line to find the data exactly what we want, right? So there we have a solution in a Python, which is a regular expressions. Let's dive into the topics. The RE module. So RE is nothing but a regular expression. So for this, I am importing the RE and text. I am giving triple R movie as a released in 2022 and earned 120 crores. This is my text. In this text, I'm going to search first. So using a search option to find a first match anywhere. For this, I take a match variable, the RE, so which is previously imported, and then search. These are inbuilt in Python. See the output here. And the first match which comes 2022. So the magic part is here. Match equal to re dot search. Inside this we give r plus slash d. D is digits like 0 to 9 whatever one, and then I give a plus. So that means digits more than one or any length is doesn't matter. If I give a plus, so it matches numbers like 2022 or 120 like this. See, I gave a number here and text file and text you can see triple R 22 released in 2022. See, the first occurrence we'll get in output terminal 22. So this means when I give a D, it search for a digit 0 to 9, and then we give plus or that mean 1 or more, then it returns the first occurrence only. So just removing the first occurrence is 2022. So that's what we get in our output terminal. We got a first occurrence, and what if I want to all the digits from the text format from that string? So for that we have a find called find all. It finds the all matches. It finds the all matches, and one thing is here, it returns as a list. So let's see this. So I'm just changing the name, all numbers. Okay, as usual previously how we give, like that I give, and then I'm printing the format of my output. All numbers are all nums. So that's what a variable we give firstly. Yeah, see, all nums. I'm just modified that from a RE module as usual. RE dot find all. Okay, then as well slash d plus digits one or more, and then the text here, the variable called text. Then inside you got all numbers 2022 and 120. This is what we want have in our text. So if I add one or two text numbers, 66, see the output terminal is changed. 66 was added, 88, so 88 also was added. So all we need to observe is every match is comes in as a one list, and we can also do not just the searching. We can also find and replace the particular data we searched in our variables, that we can replace with a sub. We'll do that. See the output terminal here is we did replace the numbers with a hash. So I'm just adding an extra comma plus whatever the replacing thing data we need to add. So that data, and I'm telling that replacement in a text, which is our text. So then it's done. So I'm printing a clean again the variable. So output is a triple R released in and earned. All the numbers are replaced. We can also search the strings also, mainly the starting beginning with the help of a match key. So let's see the output terminal here. So RE match object match equal to triple R. So I'm just give a triple R in a text. Is it with the help of a match keyword? So RE dot match. So it matched. Okay, and again I gave a release. So release is not matched. It give output as a none because we can only check the beginning of the string. This is how we can search and we can replace and we can find all, and also you can match the starting string. Let's see the pattern blocks. So which is a we'll know more deep into the how to search for a digit or a words and a character and a starting string, end string. We'll go deeper. So let's see. For this, I'm just importing RE module. So regular expression module from the Python. Then the text I'm creating. See the text file text. So call phone number or a mail and the date. So we'll cover all the data types here. So you can see the slash d slash w s and dot plus and star question mark para and dollar. So slash d will give any digit a digit from 0 to 1 before we use this slash d, right? So it will give any number that comes on first occurrence. Okay, so w is the word characters and s for any white space and dot for any character expect a new line to add or then so plus is one or more, so something extra we want to search at the time we can use the plus to anyone above this play d slash d plus w plus like that. And we'll see everything with the examples here. So to find all words, so I'm using a variable called words and then RE module as usual and find all. So find all, then or inside a slash w plus and a text. So text is this is what. So inside the text, we am printing a words. So every word is comes as a list like a call and the number and or email xyz python com boy 25 and 12 2024. Here you can observe one thing, we didn't get a at the rate xyz we got and python we got, but at the rate we didn't get. So it's a special character. To get this special character we have a dot and let's find earlier 10 digits of phone number. See the output is a very simple and clean. The phone number comes in a single list. Let's find our email. So emails comes as like a phone number in a one list. So we got a exact email address with a special character everything. See we do one thing, we just give a w to get a words and then we manually add a special character here. Okay, then w again any word and then dot and then word. So like this we need to get our emails. Let's find our date patterns like we can find so as usual thing is same and day is digits, 2 digits and then slash and again digits 2. I'm suffering how many digits to find and 2 and then again date 4 in a text file. So as usual output is like we format the output. So let's use all of them to get our data in a formatted way. So for this we'll move into the next chapter, the groups capturing specific parts. See here as usual I imported a RE module and I just entered a input data which is a list of movie strings. Each string contains a movie title and year is inside a parenthesis and the director name. Okay, now then a regular expression pattern, some very most important part here. So you can see firstly a dot plus a question mark. So dot is like a, since we already know, any character and then plus one or more and question makes it a non-greedy. So it's like a lazy evolution. Then it captures the data like a triple or Bahubali, KGF chapter 2. So movie titles. So if without the question marks, it may capture too much behavior is a maximum such options. So it's a greedy behavior. So there is a difference between the greedy behavior and a non-greedy behavior. So which is the most important interview question. We'll see at the end. Okay. So greedy behavior is nothing but it stretches the search option to a maximum level. Non-greedy in the sense minimum searching option. It limits the searching option. So that's it. Now the second slash s a star. S is for any white spaces. All right. So exactly the same thing here. So it matches a zero or more spaces. Okay. And then forward slash parentheses inside set and 4. Okay. So it's a basically a we'll say a year. It captures like 4 numbers, exactly a year, 2022, 2015, like that. So this is for to capture years, and then S star minus slash S. It matches S is always for our spaces, white spaces. It matches optional spaces and the hyphen and optional spaces. So space and hyphen optional spaces. It search for those things, and then a directory and slashes and star and inside a parenthesis dot plus. This slash star is for it's for our optional spaces, right? Space and dot plus, so any character, and it gives a new line, so it captures the rest of the line. Okay, we'll see everything is in a new line, so you can see the new line here on the output terminal. So title, year and director, then new space, new line, and then again the title, and like this. So it captures like a SS Rasmouli and the new line, and SS Prashantni the new line. It gives like that. And the next, as usual, the for loop. It writes over each string in a movie. So I'll say we said entry and entries. So it iterates the every entry in that variable, and then a match variable inside a search pattern and entry. It searches the string using the pattern, and it returns the match objects if pattern file. It matches the pattern pattern. If a match found, ensures no error if a match is fails. Okay, if it is no error is no match is not is there, it won't give an error. It just simply give a none. Then the printing the formatted output like a title and match group 1, group 2 year, and group 3 is a director, and then finally on printing. And here is the final output: title triple or year 2022, director SS Rajmouli. So like this. So here the core concept you need to remember: a parenthesis brackets captures groups, and group 1, group 2, group 3. That will exact error, extract specific parts. So as I said, what is the mainly the important interview question is how do you extract structured data from text? They'll ask simply like this. You can say using regular expression groups to capture fields like a title and year name. So as we captured now, then access using the match.group. See the email and phone validation. For this, as usual, I imported Ori module, and then I created a function called validate email function that takes an email string. So you can observe one thing here, the pattern. So the function is as usual the function, and email is a as a parameter, and then here we give a pattern. See carefully here, up arrow start of a string, and important for validation it is. So this one, and then this part username part. So letters A to Z, and that was small letters and capital letters, and numbers 0 to 9, and special characters like dot, underscore, percentile, plus, minus. Okay, and then we add a plus. So that means at least one character we need, and then, and as usual, at the rate. So it must contains exactly one at the rate for email. Then it is like a domain name and letters, numbers, and dot, hyphen, an example, Python, Gmail, and my site, like this. And then, so it is like a escape dot, the real dot. So normal dot is like a, it means any character. Okay. Now, and again, domain extension, there's previously, at least 2 letters like a com, a dot com, or a in, or a org, like this. At least 2 at maximum anything. Okay, then so dollar is like a end of a string that we know now. So RE dot match, it checks from a beginning, and the boolean converts a match into a true, and no match means a false, true or false. So right, and then we also created a function called a phone valid phone validate phone. So here phone RE dot sub, yes, any spaces slash s is any spaces or dashes, it will remove from the phone number. Like some phone numbers have a 5 digits and then space and 5 digits. Some have a this dashes. So that all are removed in a phone numbers. The pattern that we know as is up arrows for starting of a string, and dollar is the end of a string, and inside a parenthesis the country codes, and optional, and first digits should be a 6 or a 7 or a 8 or a 9. So valid Indian mobile numbers that starts from 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is a the remaining digit should be a 9 digits. So that means a total are 10 digits. Okay, as usual that remove the boolean, it remove it whether it is a true or a false. Okay, now I'm testing the emails. For email in a, I gave some emails. So j.python.com, not an email, j.@com. Any random mails you can give. So just to make your output mail looks great, I just give some symbols here. A tick if a validated email is right, and else wrong, as the usual phone numbers same as thing. And see, this one is a correct email, this is not an exact correct one, this is not correct one, and the phone number like this is a correct one, this is also correct one, and but this is not correct, and this is not correct one. So the key concept you need to remember is, and up arrow and dollar is a full string validation. So you can see this one, and at the end dollar, and square brackets are allowed characters, and the parentheses are for using a grouping, and straight slash is like a or condition, question mark for optional, and forward slash d, and inside a set of n you can see the n numbers, exact numbers of digits. So this is the basic phone and email validation. In real world and real system uses some very stricter libraries. Okay, we'll see in next advanced next module. So in this video we'll learn search, first to first match anywhere data, and the find all, sub replace matches, and DWS character classes, and quantifiers, groups, and email and phone validation patterns. Right, so we have practice questions here, the beginner and intermediate level. So pause the video and open your VS Code and go through the questions. Right, and in the next video we're going to cover dates and times, and see you there. Thank you for choosing H&M Technologies online training. Happy coding. Bye bye.